Welcome to Querétaro, Mexico. We're here visiting AMD because they manufacture unique automation systems that keep car factories running around the world. Let's go talk to Juan, who helps keep the business running. If you're making automation equipment for the automotive industry, you have some ridiculous requirements placed on you, Juan. Now, it's an amazing business you've got here. What kind of components do you make?
We build automation machines. That's pretty much what we do. All the way from assembly to inspection and all the steps in between. We automate those needs and we build machines for that.
Absolutely. And here we are in the manufacturing cell. And the kind of components that you need to manufacture in-house for those automation cells, you could subcontract those.
Yes. I'm going to take a step back and talk about the reason why we started manufacturing ourselves. So at the beginning, we subcontracted everything, and just our customers, our suppliers, couldn't deliver the quality we needed. So we had to do it ourselves. So we started buying TRAK machines to assemble those components. Why? Because there are two different particularities with the components that we need to manufacture those machines. And the first one is a very high degree of quality. So it has to be very, very precise. And the second one is you only make one-offs and maybe 2 parts per component. And that's it. We don't do any scale production or mass production. So our machines have to be very, very flexible to accommodate that type of manufacturing while maintaining the quality, which is a challenge.
You're trying to do both at the same time.
Exactly.
You need the quality. Why do you need the quality? What does that result in for your end users?
Automation equipment needs to be very, very precise. If we don't have quality components going into those machines, they're never going to work. So it all starts with the raw materials, and
Absolutely.
In this case, it's the parts.
Yeah, and if these parts don't come out right and those automation machines don't work, you imagine these machines they're doing lots of different jobs, but they do those jobs every single day for years, absolute years.
Yeah, they have to work. Some of our machines have been in service for more than 20 years. In Mexico, Japan, the US, some of them are in Europe, and they have to be able to keep on going and keep on working.
And normally when you're making kind of prototypes, 1-off, 2s-off, this normally takes a long time to turn those around from I've got a drawing to I've got a finished component.
Yes. Lead time on our parts is critical. If we take a long time building those components, we won't deliver the machine on time, and our customers are always in a hurry. So having the ability to manufacture it ourselves and have very, very short lead times, it's crucial for our business. These machines allow us 2 things. Number one, we can program the machine with a computer, or if it's a very simple component, we can just program it on the side of the machine using that control. So it just allows for incredible flexibility and to shorten those lead times. If some of our suppliers, which we also subcontract some manufactured parts, they would take around 2 or 3 weeks to assemble a whole project. We can deliver these, exactly the same of those components in a week because we have these machines.
Absolutely, and I guess there are knock-on effects of that for your customers, but there's also knock-on effects for the fact that your operators can start to use these machines earlier rather than if you're trying to learn to use production CNC machines.
Getting talent is a critical component in our industry, and we can't manage to have a new person come in and learn a machine and take a year to start manufacturing parts. That just does not work. So these machines are very, very simple. So they take a lot of the skill of the worker out of the equation. So a new guy can pretty much be producing parts in 2 months, 2 or 3 months with these machines because they just simplify so much of the process.
And let's go see where these components get assembled into these fascinating automation machines. Juan, we're here in front of an amazing automation assembly. What does it do?
I can't go into a lot of details regarding this machine.
Very sensitive.
It's sensitive information, but we inspect electric motors for one of the top manufacturers of electric cars in the US.
Yeah,
that's what we can do. We check that the rotors and stators are perfect.
Yeah, and there's a lot of precision that's required in these components themselves, which means the machinery itself has to be very precise.
Yes. All of our components need to meet very tight, specific dimensions and quality requirements.
And we've talked about the manufactured precision that you make on the TRAK machines, on your manufacturing house, but when you assemble it, that's when the precision really takes effect, right?
Yes. Our machines have to be perfect to manufacture good components so that our guys don't have to stop and reassemble things.
And realign stuff and clock it up.
Exactly.
It means that this needs to go together first time and needs to go together well.
One of these machines can take up to 4 months to assemble. And if at the end you discover that there's an error in a part, you have to deassemble a lot of stuff, and that takes time and costs money.
Yep. And if you couldn't produce good components on TRAK machines with the right precision, you wouldn't assemble it on site and it worked first time.
Yeah, it will be a mess. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So that's AMD making unique automation systems, keeping the automotive industry running with some components made on TRAK machines. Absolutely fascinating company. Get in touch with these guys and check out TRAK machines for your one-off, two-off, no matter how precise they need to be.